Hello friends, welcome back to Modstack. In today's session, we are going to discuss about how we can implement Azure pipeline to automate our CI/CD. Okay, so Azure Pipelines is a cloud service that you can use to automatically build and test your code project and make it available to other users. Okay, it works with just about any language or any project type. Okay, so Azure Pipelines combines continuous integration and continuous delivery to constantly and consistently test and build your code and ship it to the any target. Okay, so let's see what we learn from this session. Okay, so this is a session part of our CI/CD pipeline implementation series, and we have discussed, before this session we have discussed how to implement using Jenkins, how to implement using GitHub Action, how to implement using last session was like on Circle CI. Okay, so in this session we are going to implement using Azure DevOps. So let's go ahead and see what we'll be learning from this session. So we can see how we'll in this Azure DevOps we'll see how we can create the organization, how to create the project here, how to create Azure pipelines, how to automate our building process. While building process, how to add caching. Okay, so that will reduce our time to download those dependencies, required dependencies again and again for every run. So let's jump onto the demo. So I'm not going to repeat the steps again, what we have done in the previous sessions, like creating project and then adding it to code repository. In this session, we'll focus on how to write the Azure pipeline. Okay, so let me go ahead and quickly and show you how a project look like, and then what we are going to do in the Azure DevOps. Okay, let's go ahead and log into our Azure DevOps services. So if we have GitHub account, that's it. You can log in with the GitHub accounts here. So let's go ahead. So I logged in with the GitHub account, and you can go ahead and create new organization here. I have already created. So let's continue and show you how to create that organization. So you can see here, you give name here, and then let's see if I type correctly. Now you can create a private project here. So I'll say Azure DevOps pipeline, and this should be a private. So create project. Yeah, so here you can see sections. You'll see all the options over here: board, repo, pipeline, test plan, and artifact. And here you'll see the all stats. And if you invite some members, make sure you're inviting the proper permissions. By default, they won't be having access to your project completely. Okay, so once you create a project, go create the repo. Okay, so first we have created organization, then we have created project, and that project is private. One more thing here, when you create account, let's go to the project properties first. Okay, and let me show you one important thing. When you run your pipeline, these parallel jobs, there has to be self-hosted parallel job, at least one over here. So if you go with the free account, there will be nothing here. So you need to request Microsoft team to upgrade your account. So they will give a parallel job. So if you don't have this, you won't be able to run your pipeline. It will fail. Okay. So you need to submit that form and wait for at least 2-3 days. Then they will upgrade your account. You'll get here parallel job, one parallel job. Then only you'll be able to run our Azure pipeline. Okay. So that's the important thing. So let me go back to our repo, and here you can create the repo. You can copy this URL first, copy this URL step by step. So copy your URL, go back. We need to generate credentials here. Okay, so copy your username, copy your password. Okay, this information will be needed when we create the project in your Anypoint Studio to check in that code to your Azure code repository. So one advantage we get with the Azure DevOps pipeline, our code repository will be also here. Okay, so whatever project just now you create, that will become our code repository, and there only we'll write a pipeline. So it will be little faster. Okay, so we are not using any other external code repository. But anyway, we can integrate GitHubs, we can integrate Bitbucket over here. Okay, once that is done, let's go to our Anypoint Studio. Then you create simple project just like we did it for other. I can show you. There's nothing new over here. Set payload, we have already done that. And then go to pom.xml. Update your pom.xml. Okay. So I'll show you. So we need to update our configuration in our Mule Maven plugin. One change, this one we need to do, and we need to add some plugin repositories. Okay, so I've added these plugin repositories. I can show you this. So whatever is newly added, I'll show you. Okay, so if these plugin repositories we have not added in previous sessions because we used to add our setting.xml in our project. Okay, so now here I'll show you. So these are the plugin repositories added. So this will give you the dependencies which we need for our pipeline and our build. Okay, so once your pom.xml is ready, what we are going to do is we are going to add, anyway, this code repository I'm going to share, so you don't worry about it. You can go ahead and see the pom.xml. You'll be able to see what plugin repositories I have added. Okay, but this is a common. We have not changed anything over here. This cloud of deployment configuration is as it is, as we did it for previous sessions. Okay, now our project is ready. Now you can check in this, and we know how to source control our project, right? Right click, go to teams, and then check in everything. Now the moment you commit the code, you'll be able to see this code in your code repository here. In the repo, the code. I'll open the existing projects and I'll show you. Okay, I don't want to do that right now here because it takes time. So if you go to, I'll go back to other organization. So I have created this. Let me show you. And now I'm going to explain everything over here because it takes a lot of time to build the pipeline and all that. So I'll show you the working pipeline. Okay, so let's go to the repo. So that's whatever code we have written over there, that is source control here. Now this file won't be there, azure-pipeline.yaml, it won't be there. Now we are going to create this. Okay, so let me show you how to create this. So first, once you are done here, we need to make one more setting. So I showed you one setting, we did it for parallel jobs. Now I'm going to show you one more setting. So in our pom.xml, we have added some plugin repositories, right? Those plugin repository needs a Nexus repository, enterprise Nexus repository credentials. So I'll show you how to do that. You can see that this is I have added. So how to add this? You can go to the new service connection here and you search for Maven. Okay, it will show you this one. I have already added, that's the reason it shows here. Next, you need to pass that repository, Nexus repository URL, your repository ID, and your username and password. So let me show you that, and you need to give service name over here. So I gave service name as MuleSoft Enterprise. So once you add this we are going to use in our pipeline to authenticate our Maven for Nexus. Okay, so that our dependencies will be downloaded properly. So this is a step. Maybe I can show you the step. Let me show you that. Can I edit this? Let me check. Edit this. Yeah. You can show here, you can see here, this is a repository, and this is the repository ID gave, and this is my username and password, and this is the enterprise detail. Okay. Once you are done with this, you can go back to your pipeline now. So make sure our parallel job, this guy has one here, and then your service connection is set. So these two things should be there for your project setting, should be there in your project setting. Okay. I will go to repo. Your code is also here. Now we are ready to write our pipeline. Let's go ahead and we can show you this step by steps. Okay. So now I'll show you the pipeline. Okay. So here, step by step, I'll show you and I'll explain what exactly we are doing here. So if you go ahead, let me create first new pipeline and I'll show you how it looks. Then only you'll be able to understand what I have done. So you need to select as your repo git here, and then select your project. This is your project. Then select Maven, and if you see here, your default Azure pipeline looks like this. Okay, so here no caching will be there, only packaging part is there. Okay, so this packaging is nothing but building your project, and it takes time around 10 minutes. Okay, so if every time you run, it will take around 10 minutes. So to avoid that, you can make it faster by using caching here. So here we can go ahead and say show assistant, and you can go ahead and say cache here. Okay, you can add that, and you can say key and path. I'll show you directly code over there instead of giving all those details again here. Then Control Z. It's really irritating. It always gives you options, and then if you press enter, it will automatically add it. Okay. Now here somewhere we'll add the caching task. Okay. So I'll just add the steps what we are going to add here. Okay, and then I'll show you the running pipeline. And here, once your packaging is done right, here what we'll do, we'll search here and search for Maven Authenticate. So this Maven Authenticate will use our Nexus repository setting which we did on project level. So we'll select that. See here, this is the repository outside the organization. Okay, once you add it, you'll get this code. Now, once you authenticate it, what we can do, we can test our code. We can run the test cases over here. So you search for here Maven form.xml. Goal instead of package, we'll say test, and then run the test. Here we'll give some name, Azure pipeline, and everything by default. We're not going to select anything here. So now, once we build it, we want to test it. Okay, so let's say add. You'll get this code. Everywhere we'll give display name. So for example, here we'll give display name. You can go and say display. No, just a second. Say display name. Here we are building, right? So here it is your build. Now I'll copy this everywhere, and here that's fine. Here we are doing control V. Here we are doing test. It has to be one level in, and similar way, what I can do. So this is build task. This is my test task. Similar way, I'll be having deploy task here. Okay. So here we'll be having deploy after this. So here, if you go and say deploy, we need to search for Maven, and choose the package. Instead of package, we'll select here deploy. Okay, and then test run title. If you give a title here, the title will give deploy, and that's it. So you'll be able to see here our goal is deploy now here. Okay, here also we'll give a display name that we are control key. Instead of build, it will be deploy. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, so if you remember in our form.xml, we are having variables, right? Username and password. So we can create those variables here. New variables and those. So I already created. I don't want to show those my username and password over here. So let's go back to our existing pipeline. So let me go ahead and I'll show you how to. So the same thing, whatever I have discussed here, I have done there because to save the time. Okay. So let me go to the pipelines. I don't want to save it. So I'll now show you how it looks. This one, edit. So let me show you first step by step. So this part will take care of the caching. Cache those dependencies, downloaded dependencies. First time definitely takes same time it actually required. And from that point, it will take dependencies from the cache. So how I did it? So my Maven cache folder is the pipeline workspace. There I have .m2 folder and repository. Okay, and then this I have used as a Maven repo local. Okay, so if you see here, this is, and I have signed it. So my Maven option is this local repository. So wherever I have Maven task, I can use this. So wherever I'm building it, during build, I need those dependencies, right? So I'll add those. So this part will take care of caching. Okay, so I gave a name, display name here, cache Maven local repo. And this is my restore keys. And then I'll run the install script. Okay, so this will install all the dependencies and cache it in this folder. Okay, after that, I'm building it. So when we are building it, I'm just keeping the test first here because I have separate task for test. And here if you see in Maven option, I gave this cache option, which is coming from this. Okay, so from this folder, all dependencies will picked up instead of downloading again. Okay, now this is my build part is done. Now I'm authenticating my Nexus repository here. Then I have one more task to test. So if you see here, goal is test now. Okay, and this will come by default. Once you go search here Maven, this code will be. Last, we are seeing here the deploy. Okay, so here if you remember, skip test, mule deploy, this is our command, and I'm passing those username and password. Okay, and this username and password are coming from these variables. Okay, so let me run this and I'll show you. It will take time. Okay, so let's say if let's see the cache will help us or not. Run it on master branch. Yeah, it will queued up first. It will prepare, and I'll show you one by one step. It will execute. So if you don't have that parallel job enabled on your project, right, it will fail here itself. It won't allow you. Okay, so see, it's checking local cache repo. See here, now because of that cache, my build process executed very fast. Otherwise, I'll show you the old one, how much time it took. Within a 4 seconds, 9 seconds, I'm able to execute this task now. Okay, because of cache. If I don't have cache, I'll show you how long it will take. Almost close to 10 minutes. Okay, so testing. Then it will deploy. So I'll take a pause over here. It looks like it's taking time for test. Then I'll come back once the test is done. Okay. So guys, you can see that testing how much time it's taking. I forgot to add cache variable in my test and deploy. Okay. So let me show you the previous run, how much time it took for the build. Okay. First, let me show you the pipeline. See, we are using cache variable, cache option here in my environment option. So wherever you have task, you can go ahead and add this option. Okay, so that will save you a lot of time. So I actually added in the build process, but I forgot to add in test and in deploy. So definitely it will take that much time. But in next run, definitely I'll add this option. This is the option, okay, guys. This option we need to add. Maybe I can say edit and Control C here directly. And after POM file, I'll give this in the test, and here also I'll give that. Okay, so this is the final. It will run your test and deploy goals in a seconds, but right now it's taking minutes. Okay, so maybe I can commit it, but this job will get queued up. Okay, because the already one run is going on. Let me go back. So if I go to the pipelines, here you can see this is queued up now because this guy is running. Okay, and we have only one parallel job option. So previous run I ran it. Let me show you how much time it took. Now you can see here, test took 9 minutes, deploy took 5 minutes, but build took only 3 seconds. Now before that, one more. Okay, I'll go back to the pipeline. This one. And I'll show you this one, how much time it took. Now you see build, it took around 7 minutes. This guy took around 2 minutes. So 7, almost 10 minutes, right? Yeah. So let me go back to the current running one. It's still running the test. I think there is an option to cancel it. Delete. And if I go ahead here and so cancel this one, Let me go ahead and I think I have saved it, my cache options, and we'll see how much time it took now. So all three options I have now. Let's say run on master branch. Now it will prepare. Yeah, starting now. So Maven, local Maven is getting loaded now. We'll see. Yeah, 12 seconds. 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Awesome. 3 seconds. Awesome. Deploy. Now you can see it started deploying. Cool. Let me show you. It's deployed on my, see here, it's getting deployed. Yeah. So intentionally, I have not added that caching to your test and deploy so that I can show you how much time it takes without caching and how much time we can save with the help of caching. Okay. So that's all from this session. Hope you feel it's helpful for your client projects. I'll try to come up with more sessions. Yeah, thank you for watching. Yeah, please share, please subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next session. Thank you.